Hello, my name is Lisa Vanderlaan and I am a PhD student in Dr. Danny Singh's lab at Iowa State University, and I am studying breeding for heat stress tolerance in soybeans. Yes, so my project is we're trying to understand the genetics of heat stress tolerance in soybeans. The reason why we're doing this is one of the most well-known effects of climate change obviously is increasing global temperatures, and this is both rising average temperatures and also greater and more frequent extreme heat events. You just need to look at this past summer, July 2022, in the Northern Hemisphere. How many regions in the world right now are having record-breaking heats? The problem is heat stress has not really been studied in soybeans that much. While it is a warm season crop, there is plenty of indication that shows that temperatures above 30 degrees Celsius does result in decreasing yields during certain growth stages. And this really puts loss for farmers, lower profits, and also puts at risk some of the global oil availability for the global food market. So as I mentioned, it's not really well studied in soybeans, so we are trying to right now develop the tools to figure that out so that we can start understanding how we can breed for heat stress tolerance in soybeans. So here in the Soynomics lab, we are really trying to work to develop the tools so we can even start heat stress screening for plant breeding programs. So one of the best methods that we can actually get soybeans that are resilient for heat stress is to find the genetics of certain plants that do seem to have a natural resistance to heat stress. So to do that, I've been working with a large diversity panel of 450 unique soybean genotypes and screening it for just a suite of traits including chlorophyll content, canopy temperature, shoot and root biomass, and some photosynthetic traits as well. So we can try to figure out if there is any natural resistance.
Yeah, my name is Dinakaran Ilango. I'm a postdoctoral fellow here with Danny Singh and Dr. Arti Singh in the Department of Agronomy. So basically I'm a plant breeder and geneticist by training, but I am also interested in looking at the whole plant level, like as a system level. I study the genetics and also the metabolomics and also the gene expression level and what kind of genes are involved in the process. So I'm trying to understand the holistic understanding of the plant biology here. So this research, we are not only looking at the physiological level, we want to go further into that. We want to understand what kind of changes are happening at the microbial community level. By doing so, we will understand if there is any beneficial microorganisms that are having a role in plant adaptation to heat stress. Then we will also understand if those microbes have a role in producing any kind of novel metabolites by doing global metabolomic profiling. Then also we want to understand how the anatomy changes during the heat stress in soybean. We do the dissection of the root, and then we understand what are all the anatomical changes that are happening during the heat stress.
So it is pretty difficult for us to simulate heat stress out in a field in Iowa. Right now our studies have been pretty limited to greenhouse and growth chamber, but greenhouse studies don't always reflect how plants will actually perform in the field. So what we're trying to do is we've actually partnered with the mechanical engineering department here at Iowa State, and in particular their mechanical engineering senior capstone class, to develop portable and field deployable greenhouses so we can actually create heat stress conditions in the field in Iowa while all the other conditions should maintain the same conditions. So that way we are not confounding any changes such as soil type, day length if we move to a different state, and different atmospheric gases. Everything should be pretty much the same except for the temperature. Yeah, so the outcome of this project, we are hoping to understand more of the genetic architecture underlying heat stress tolerance in soybeans, and then that'll allow us to start actually breeding for soybeans that have this climate resiliency, so that in the coming decades we are able to still grow soybeans with the same yields, that they're not suffering from this stress, in hopes that farmers will be able to have similar yields to or even higher yields than today, so they keep their profits and that we also keep a good steady food supply on global markets.
So this overall research, holistic understanding will give us some clue for breeding, developing a heat resilience soybean cultivars for broader adaptation.